Pittsburgh Steeler fans, Know It All Nation, everybody rocking with us. Thanks for tapping in to our new show. It's called the Steelers Night Shift. I have a new guest for now, potential partner. Hopefully, we see a lot more of her. She has a lot of Steeler knowledge, a lot of Steeler information to share, and just a different perspective. I know you get tired of hearing what I got to say all the time. I know you really get tired of what Big G got to say all the time. So, we just want to bring in a different voice, a fresh new flavor, from a West Coast perspective. My homegirl, Devon. Devon, what's up? Introduce yourself to Know It All Nation, the Steeler Nation, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Devon Lewis. You may heard of me on Dev's Media Hub. Kind of just took off this year. I was streaming, doing a lot of video games, playing Madden and NCAA, and I was very energetic about my Steelers this year. And some people were just like, you should start a podcast, talk about your Steelers, and just gave me an idea. Like, yeah, you're right. And I've learned a lot about like my team throughout the years, and just kind of like became a super fan. And doing the shows like this year has just opened my brain a little bit more, and knowledge of football and just Steeler knowledge. And I've enjoyed it. I mean, I know the season didn't go as well as everybody thought. And it was the same thing that we're always used to, winning season, playoff loss. But, we have a lot to look forward to this next year and years to come with the new coach coming in, new quarterback, probably like a lot of new changes this year. So I think I'm kind of joining in at a right time where a lot of change is happening. So yeah, and just here, just a super fan like everybody else. So
Well, yeah. So and this airs like when we do like the last show was both on the Know It All's channel and Steel Curtain Network. So we get a lot of crossover of people on both our stations. This was just on the Know It All's channel because the Steel Curtain Network is, and we'll be on there soon. We got shout out Pickens, you big dummy, in the building. Not a gentleman. Dev is a lady.
it's all
But,
good.
yeah. Dwayne, what up? Okay, there you go. Hey Tate, hello Devin. So yeah, we
Hello.
got a good little informative, fun following here. We always have fun. Like I said, I followed you for some months now. I like the Steeler content. I was like, man, she really knows what she's talking about from a football perspective. You know what I mean?
Just a
And it
little
was
bit.
just, yeah, because I reached out to you to see if we could finally make this happen. Like I said initially, the challenge was, I mean, I think we both wanted to collaborate and do something together. The challenge is she's out west on the West Coast. We're far apart as we can be. She's in California. I'm literally on the East Coast in Washington, D.C. So we're distance apart, but the Steeler love makes us Steeler family. So we're,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about some of the things that she mentioned. Um, okay, so let's just start first with what did you think about Mike Tomlin stepping down, and how did you feel about that whole situation?
Man, entering the season, there was talks about Mike Tomlin, just moving on from him. So I know that as the season grew on, and when we had our lows, you definitely heard it from the crowd, and people booing him, saying fire Tomlin, things like that. And I've always kind of backed Tomlin throughout these years because I feel like he actually like produced when times where I thought we weren't going to be nothing. In a sense of I didn't think our team was built for playoffs, but yet we somehow make the playoffs. So I felt like he was, making stuff happen with what we have. But then there comes times where it was like, okay, we have the pieces, but why are we still underproducing now? Like, why are we still producing the same stuff with better players? So that's where it was kind of like, dang, like, I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great motivator. Obviously, a lot of players look up to him, not even just Steelers organization, but through the whole NFL, because I do think he is a great coach. But as time goes on, I think it is, there are times where you got to like, look yourself in the mirror. And I think as a Steeler organization, as much as we love Tomlin, I think it is time for a change. And I was sad. I feel like the whole Steeler organization and fans, everybody was sad to hear the news, but it was also kind of like a relief because I feel like if we was to go another round, I feel like there'd just even be more pressure. Like, are you ever going to get that playoff win? Are you ever going to, climb over that stump? And, he's a great coach. And I didn't like the fact that he was going down the path of like some like loser names, like, oh, haven't won a playoff game in this many, years, and was talked about like comparing it to a Cincinnati Bengals coach. I forgot his name, but for the most losses.
Zach Taylor, or you talking about Marvin Lewis when he was
yeah. So it's just like, he don't belong in that, even compared to those guys, but yet he was because of, how the seasons were going. And, I love Mike Tomlin, and I wish he would have went out with a better note, obviously, but I think it was his time, sadly. I really do.
Yeah, no, so I'll piggyback what you said. I think we feel similar. My only thing was it because it's a lot of people that was calling for MT to be fired and stuff like that. I didn't agree with that because I never thought he should be fired. His dedication to organization, what he's done, never losing, even though we get tired of hearing that, never losing. So I think that matters though. And I think I was okay with it as long as he stepped down at his own terms. I thought what Baltimore did to John Harbaugh was just disrespect. That's how I took that one.
And I always said like they weren't gonna fire him. I think they had too much respect for him. It didn't matter what the fans wanted. I was just like, I don't think they'd ever fire him. So I think him stepping down or just playing out the contract, which a lot of people didn't want. I think those are the options. And I feel like stepping down obviously surprised all of us. I mean, I was literally listening to Cam Hayward's podcast today, and he was still shocked till today. Yeah. Like, he don't even know how to like grasp it all. And it's like, I don't know, nobody even saw it coming. But now it's here, and now change is forced to happen. And so my big thing entering like this era is that, people want to change, but like, what does change look like to you guys? Like, because it's not gonna get fixed immediately. So there might be rough times, and
that's the part. Like, change can be good, but change definitely gonna be different. That's why it's called change.
Right.
Like, change is also unknown. So I think be ready. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I'm saying it could happen. What we did know when Mike Tomlin was here is what we weren't gonna have no losing season.
Right.
I think all kids said that, right? And I think with a lot of the same players, I mean, granted, there'll be some free agents, there'll be some new players brought in and stuff, but with some of the same players, we might not see a new coach have a winning season. Gonna be the same quarterback issues as always been. You know what I mean? They still need a wide receiver too. Now, this schematic stuff, I think a new coach could be more aggressive, could use the middle of the field more, could switch up the defense, because that's one thing I didn't like about the defense between Terrell Austin and Tomlin. A lot of that off coverage from the defensive backfield. I like to see a more aggressive defensive play calling and stuff like that, where where you're up on the line of scrimmage more with some of these receivers and bump and run coverage and stuff like that. I think a new coach can bring in new schematics, but what type of leadership does he bring in? What type of command of the locker room does he bring in? All this stuff is unknown. And we ain't about the potential X's and O's aspect of it, but from a culture standpoint, from a respect standpoint, and from the guy that can motivate his players and players want to play for him, that was Mike Tomlin. Let me read Pickens, you big dummies, comment real quick. During that losing streak mid-season, you could see it in Tomlin's eyes. He had already checked out. He was done. He knew it was over. I think he felt some way. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he felt some kind of way with the fire Tomlin comments. I do. I mean, you can't be in the stadium and not hear that and not have it affect you, right?
Right, I mean, and you've been there for so long, and you're like, what? They saying fire me?
and you've given everything to our organization. You know what I mean? I think that's today's society and the culture of being a fanatic, which is a fan, obviously, is that, everything's microwave now. People want stuff fast. I'm from a generation where I didn't have this iPhone. If I got a question, I could pull it up and get the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't remember I don't think it's ever been 10 coaching openings in one off season. It's the first time ever that two coaches that have had more than 18 or more years be fired during the same off season. Well, Tomlin stepped down, but not be in the same position at the same time, the same off season. So,
there's going to be a lot of change around the league for sure.
It'll be a lot of change around the league. I mean, I don't know that I agree with Sean McDermott getting fired from Buffalo. But finishing up
Yeah.
with Tomlin, my only thing with Tomlin was I just didn't think he should be fired. I do think there's value to a new voice in the room. I like that. I mean, the potential change and what that looks like.
No, yeah, I
You know,
agree.
I like the fact that he's going. We don't got it because now you're gonna FAFO, right? F around and find out what this new coach gonna do. You've been clamoring
Right.
for it. We've been wanting it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now we gonna see, and it could be
Yeah.
a tough few years. I know next year Baltimore gonna have a new coach, but Mr. Jackson gonna be back. Joe Burrow gonna be healthy, and going into the season, I'll tell you right now, Vegas gonna have us competing with the Browns to stay out of last place. That's gonna be the prediction, but it's always that every year. And with Tomlin, we knew we weren't gonna finish down there. Steelers have never finished last in the AFC North. Never.
Right.
Never a fourth place finish. That could happen next year, though.
I want to put us deep down there, though. Like, I still think we're competing. I mean, as much as some Steeler fans don't want to hear it, they want us to like tank for like for a better draft pick and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm not trying to see my team just get obliterated day in, day out. Like, I'm not trying to go into Sundays and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose. Like, no, I still want to compete. Like, right. I was watching Rooney's press conference today, and he was like, I don't think we're rebuilding. Like, I don't think it's a complete rebuild. And I mean, I don't want us to tank either.
He don't like that word. Yeah, no, the Steelers not gonna tank. If they not gonna try and lose, if they lose, it's just because they are sorry. All right, let's get that clear. If they lose, they're not good enough. Got a top 5 pick next year because they were sorry, not because they was tanking for 2 or none of that stuff we heard in the past. You know what I mean?
We're not gonna do stuff on purpose now.
Yeah, no, we not. That's not in the Steelers DNA. Those some fans want us to.
But if it happened, then it happened. Yeah. Then we better start making some shit shake with what we got. Then at that point,
there you go. Because if it happens, it's gonna happen organically. We're gonna be just getting BTA all around the field, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, Tomlin was coaching that, and still got us with 9-8 or 10-7." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it. I think part of it is, he did it to himself by not having a losing season. But I think the expectations of Pittsburgh Steeler fans is Super Bowl or bust every year. There's only one Super Bowl winner every year. And you it's like if your team make it to March Madness in college basketball, you got a chance. You make it to the playoffs, you got a chance. The man did that 13 times in 19 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we gonna see if the playoff drought continues. We ain't talking playoff drought where you ain't won a game in 6 years. We're talking about playoff drought where you ain't at the dance.
Right.
You sitting at home on the couch. That's the potential of what could happen.
Hit Cancun early.
And we don't typically ever do that. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I guess my next question from a new coach perspective, you probably know some of the candidates and stuff. What are you looking for in a new coach? Who give me your 2 or 3 front runners and who you like to see and what you like to see change as far as the Steelers go as a team.
See, like, I haven't really been looking in the coaches portal in the sense of like who I would want. I just want a leader, and I feel like somebody who knows the game like from X's O standpoint, because I feel like we're in a day and age where offensive coordinators are dialing up great schemes for their QBs, young QBs. And if we can bring someone in who's a great leader, who people look up to and are ready to just pretty much go to war for them, I feel like is also great. But like someone who can know X's and O's. Tomlin was a motivator. I feel like he always, pretty much pushed his players to play their best. But like if we were to bring somebody who's like a mastermind who can pretty much call their own shots, I would rather want that in this day and age. I just feel like that's where we're kind of at, especially with the way the offenses are just like pretty much putting up 30 points and things like that. And, we've struggled on offense for the last couple of years. I feel like that's where we're kind of need to kind of like lean on. I'm more of a defensive scheme type fan. Like I would like seeing
you like a team with a defensive identity.
Yes, like I want to be able to stop people. I think that's what's going to get you in the playoffs and competing when they're making big plays at the end and just good stops. But I feel like to compete in the AFC with Josh Allen, with Patrick Mahomes. I know he wasn't there this year, but I feel like he'll be back next year. But just with like teams, they're putting up 30 points, and I feel like you're going to need to score the ball. And I feel like we struggled to do that, so I feel like we need to bring somebody in to help us, be more powerful on offense. I feel like the still Curtin era. I don't want to scare people when I say this because I still ride or die with defense and still Curtin, but I just feel like the way that we've known to play, I feel like we're gonna soon to get out of that look, and so we're gonna have to kind of change our new identity with the new coach, and it might look different in that aspect too. Like I don't want to be bottom on our defense. I feel like our defense definitely took a step back this year, especially because we're the highest paid defense and we look like that. Like it was irritating to watch, but I feel like we need to kind of load up on offense a little bit more.
So that being said, your most well. First, let me address Claude. If you don't know Devin, Claude is one of our. He's here for it all to smoke, and he always starts smoke, but he's here for every show. And we go back and forth. He said Tom should have been fired 5 years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, about the same time Big Ben left, and let's see what coach we don't know would have done with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges and Kenny Pickett,
right?
And Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
Who's still competing with those quarterbacks?
Exactly. That's what I say, Devin, all the time. You tell me where Justin Fields was this year. He got benched after about 5 games. Russell Wilson got benched after 3 games. Kenny Pickett didn't sniff no field till Geno Smith got hurt for 1 game, and they got shut out by the Eagles. Right. Or by somebody. They got shut out though. So he took all these trash quarterbacks to the playoffs. So I think he's a victim of his own success. So he gets to the playoffs with a bad team, not bad team, deficient of talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we expect, because we Steeler fans, they're going to go here and they're going to get it in. They'll go to the AFC Championship at least. But no, we got a squad that's going to get their head bust. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. So,
but I think that's why expectations were so high this year, because you went out and got some, superstars, whether they're old or not. You went out and got big names like Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Ramsey. You went out to go get those guys to compete, and yet you still didn't compete, I guess, when it mattered the most. And I just think they did compete. I know the score looked bad in the playoffs, but like we were going into the fourth quarter and it was 10-3. Still had a chance.
10-6.
10-6. My bad. But I'm like, 1-score game. Like we score, we're right in it. like that was the thing. That's what I'm saying. We got to put some points on the board. But it's just like, that's why I think that it was time for Tomlin to go, because it's like, okay, now you have some of these good player names, and yet you're still producing the same product. So that it's kind of hard. Well,
I think Aaron Rodgers wasn't what he was. We know the name, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't what he was.
Right.
He gave us the best quarterback play we probably had in the last 5 years. He's better than anybody that's been here since Big Ben left.
He gave us hope.
Yeah. Again, him and Tomlin.
Right.
I think Jalen Ramsey, when he got cooked against the Bengals and moved to safety, was good. He's 30 now. I think he can be a good safety. I think he plays again.
Keep him there. Keep him at safety. Don't put him at corner.
He can play big nickel because he can move him around.
Right, and blitz him. But don't put him on no wide receiver one. Don't let him get cooked on that island. I'm not trying to see
islands for you, right. No islands for you.
Them days are over. I respect Jalen Ramsey, but them days are over. Let Joey Porter have that, if anything.
Yeah. So okay, you brought his name. What do you think about JPJ season? What do you think about it?
See, like I was a little, I don't want to say a little hater in the beginning, but it was a little frustrating because he is just penalty heavy. But it's part of his game. He plays aggressive. He gets in you. He puts his hands on you. So there's there's great plays where he makes just because it's physical play, but then there's bad plays because of his physical play. So you're gonna get the good and the bad with him. But there's that crazy stat where he hasn't allowed a touchdown in I don't know how many snaps. And that's impressive as a corner. You got to give it to him. So, he holds it down the fort. I think he's, still growing. He's young, but he's definitely somebody I'd want to keep on the defense end for us, for sure.
No, I completely agree with you. You brought him up. I thought he had a good year. His best year, I believe. His best year. I mean, he's always
No,
been
I can
good.
agree with that.
Yeah, he is a bit handsy. He's got some penalties, but I think he got
Definitely.
less penalties this year. I think he played a cleaner brand of football. He shut down some really good guys. He should have made the Pro Bowl, maybe even made an All-Pro team. He was that good.
Yeah.
As far as the defense goes, I agree with you. The one thing you said you think it was time for Tomlin to go. I think Tomlin could. I won't disagree with you. I agree with you from a different wording of what you're thinking. I think it was time for Tomlin to step down if he wanted to, and I think a new voice can be good for the future. Don't mean the future this. Don't mean 2026.
No,
it's gonna
yeah,
be good.
yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, like they were even expecting him to, play out this last year, which I was too. But I think that those boos really did affect him for sure, because he probably did. If he probably came back this next year, and if stuff was a little shaky, he probably would have heard it. He probably heard it immediately. I feel like people just are impatient and they want to win, and they feel like they can't win with Tomlin, sadly, or at least win a Super Bowl.
I saw, and I mentioned this before, but I'll tell you. I saw like a TikTok video, and the dude was like, Steeler fans, y'all mad about going to the playoffs? He was like, I'm a Jets fan.
Right, you ain't been there that long. Like,
right. What you mad at, bro?
Feel that, right? And I'm like, like people come along, like, well, I say people, but teams come a long way, like, to win. And so, like I said, I like, waking up on Sundays and knowing my team has a chance.
Right.
And so, like, I want to compete every Sunday. I want to compete every year. And so, like you said, knowing that Tomlin was my coach, I knew that we were going to compete. No matter who was QB, no matter who we got, we were competing. We were competing.
Right. A question for you, Devon, and as a matter of fact, I don't know how much you paid attention to the know-it-all, but we got this space that Claude owns. When somebody say something crazy, they go to the Matrix. Claude is like him and Neo is the president of the Matrix. So but all you got gold, you got gold. That's for your last comment, Claude, about you should have been fired 5 years ago. Now we'll address your comment now. Devon is rather have you as a head coach. He'd rather have you as a head coach than Tomlin right now.
Hey, when I play Madden and I play franchise mode and I'm coaching up the Steelers, hey, we go to the Super Bowl every year, man. So I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. I don't know.
So submit your resume to Omar Khan and Mr. Rooney. See, here we go. We're not the Jets. We're not the Jets, Claude, and we make the playoffs. Yes, we're not the Jets.
Right. Because we win some.
15 years. Ain't made it in 15 years. Matter of fact, I think the last time they made it, we might have beat them. Mark Sanchez, I remember.
Every time I hear Mark Sanchez, I think of the butt fumble.
yeah. I think that was before that. That was going. See, I'm so old. That was way back in the early 2000s, probably. That's longer than I'm thinking. But Jets ain't been in the playoffs since 2015. Or in 15 years. That was 10 years ago. They ain't been in the playoffs like 2009, 2010. So we complaining about not winning a playoff game. The Steelers have won the Super Bowl last time the Jets even made it. Right. So yeah, we're not the Jets, but Claude, we always in the fight. And okay, another comment from Mod. Shout out. This is Mod. He wanted the other three hosts, well, two count myself, other two hosts on the KnoItAllz podcast. His football knowledge is it's mid, but I respect what he got to say. Because it's not easy to get a good coach. Trust me. Yeah, he's a Dallas fan. So we know, fan. Right. We know you know about good coaches. See, now look, diabolical again, Claude. Claude says, blown out 7 straight playoff games, nothing to brag. Not bragging, you made it.
No, not brag.
I'm saying you made it with a deficient team. So it's like the year LeBron James took the Cavaliers to the finals against the San Antonio Spurs, and he had like Boobie Gibson and a whole bunch. They beat the defending champion Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Final. Now people hold it against LeBron such and such in the finals. LeBron wasn't even supposed to be in that finals. He took a team
Right.
there, a lesser team, and we count that against him instead of giving him credit for taking a bad team to the NBA finals.
Right.
So, yeah,
That's
but
my whole point with Mike Tomlin.
yeah, that's that fanaticism people like Claude have. But so let me ask you this now. So I'll say this. So part of and on the cover, the show thumb, we got pictures of both the two of the coaches out there on Sean McVay's staff out there your way, the Rams.
Isn't
Chris
he the
Shula,
offensive play caller?
the Nate, the pass game coordinator, Nate Scheelhaase is the pass game coordinator. He fits the mold, right? So he's not a defensive guy. He's an offensive guy, been under Shanahan for about 7 years now. Not Shanahan, McVay for about 7 years now.
Rams.
So he's pass game coordinator now. So he getting a lot of one-on-one exposure with Shanahan, seeing how to do things, drawing up plays and stuff like that. I like him. Chris Shula is the Rams defensive coordinator. He's a little older. He's 39. Scheelhaase is 35. Shula comes from been a coach in every position room on defense. Defensive coordinator. Dad was NFL coach David Shula. Grandfather is Don Shula, the winningest coach all time in NFL history. So he comes from a pedigree. I kind of like him. But so those are two coaching candidates, and I like the guy Anthony Weaver, that's a Dolphins defensive coordinator. I think he's more cut from Tomlin's cloth, more of a leader of men in your face type guy, and commands respect and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I got to yell at my dog. I'm sorry. He was scratching and making noise. But no, so I like them. But let me ask you this. What position, if we're in free agency or the draft outside of quarterback, what position do you think the Steelers need the most?
I was really all against it. I'm not even gonna lie. But now I'm thinking, dang. When you're thinking like free agency and I mean, I guess a wide receiver too. I mean, I know everybody's been wanting that. I've always been against it because I feel like, we drafted Roman Wilson. I feel like his potential could have been, very high. I feel like we didn't see him after we signed Adam Thielen and what was it, MVS. But I feel like we still have some like youth with Roman Wilson. I feel like he has potential to be wide receiver too if given the chance. But at the same time, I feel like we can't really wait. And if we're sitting here with a young QB, I feel like we have to get the young weapons around them early. I don't think that we wait. I feel like we just put them around them, and if they can be together and grow together for a couple years, I feel like that would help. I mean, to grow something new and real.
That's the fact, Jack.
But if not a wide receiver, I'd have to go corner because you went out and tried to get corners this year, and you got Ramsey, which is probably going to be hopefully safety. You have Porter, but you went out and got Slay, which was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it ended up terrible. But your thoughts of that was like, oh, you were going to have 3 good corners, and you ended up only having really one.
Right.
Finding it out and one good safety. So it's like at this point you might want to get a corner too because it might not be looking too good on that side as you think.
Well, I still believe in
Pierre
Santi Samuel. I like Pierre, but I think he's a cornerback 4. I think good corner. You put him in with somebody injured. He's a great special teams guy, but I don't know if I want him starting every week, getting a whole bunch of snaps. You know what I mean?
Right. But if you went out and got somebody who can be a solid,
yeah, I don't disagree with it. With a new young guy in the cornerback room, but I still believe in Santi Samuel a little bit. He get a full year, full off season.
Yeah, because when did we get him? We got him like towards the end, right?
Yeah, like week 10. I mean, he probably didn't play till like week 12. Like he didn't play much, but he's a talent. He was a 2nd round pick for the Chargers about 4 years ago. So I mean, he has some pedigree. His dad was a really good player for the Eagles and the Patriots, so he learned from his dad. I mean, the Steelers like football pedigree, like you know what I mean, like oh, your brother played or your dad played. They like getting those kind of players. To great ones comment real quick, Tate. So you rather us be in purgatory for 20 years and hope for a miracle for the quarterback position? No, but I don't think you lose on purpose because the quarterback position is a gamble. Just because you pick number one, don't mean you're gonna get a guy.
Jamarcus
This
Russell.
guy's got picked number one. That Baker Mayfield was picked number one. He had a good few years and
Hey, not too good. I mean, not too much on Baker though. He actually ended up all right.
Yeah, no, I'm saying there. Look, it took him a few years.
Yeah, but not everybody that go in the first round, you know, it's just gonna help fix your
all those
offense.
guys don't pan out.
Yeah,
all those guys don't pan out. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl. He ain't going in the first round. Lamar Jackson went and picked 30.
All right.
Tom Brady was a sixth round pick.
I think you need a good coach to really help grow a good QB right now.
Yeah,
if even if you go with Will Howard, that's fine. Just put a good coach to lead them to success.
I
try to lead them.
We were talking about that last show. I kind of like the idea of Will Howard.
Yeah. Just to give us a chance.
Baker was stuck with the Browns. Yeah. I mean, but I saw Baker. I like Baker. I root for Baker. You know what I mean? Just because of his story, his narrative. I think he a cool white boy that got some bruh in him. So I like Baker.
He got a little dog in him.
Yeah. Planting the flag and other people feel the stuff. Baker don't give a what.
Right.
I really kind of like Baker.
But he wasn't gonna do nothing with the Browns for real. You right.
No, he wasn't. We see what the Browns did to Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? Every quarterback they get. But I do say that Baker was playing like MVP the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season.
He definitely was.
Then the last, I mean, they was like what 5-2.
Yeah, they went.
Well, they finished 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
Baker regressed back to some Cleveland Baker.
Yeah,
the second half of the season.
Yeah, they weren't looking good the second half of the season.
And I'm not knocking on Baker. My only reason for saying this is just because you got a high draft pick don't mean you're gonna get a guy. You know what I mean? Get a guy somewhere else. I'm not saying you don't keep taking stabs at quarterback, but don't mean you gotta suck so you can get a top 5 pick and get a quarterback.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that the next year's draft, you want to trade up. Not this year, next year, it's gonna be about 6 or 7 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
Yeah.
You know, I hope the Steelers. Let me see what Craig saying. What do you say, Craig? Craig, I remember Malone, Woodley, Kent Graham, Ty Blacklist, Scott Campbell. Those are just some bad QBs we had. Yikes. You're right. That was during the gap between Terry Bradshaw and Big Ben. Go ahead and throw my boy Brister in there. Neil O'Donnell did what Sam Darnold is doing this year for the Seahawks. Defense carry him. When he got to the big game against the Cowboys, what'd he do? 30 years ago, he choked Super Bowl 30. He choked out. We lost. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we had some bad quarterbacks. Like I said, you can throw David Woodley in there. He played a little bit for the Steelers. Bubby Brister. I remember Kent Graham, Todd. I remember all those guys. So, yeah. But we do need a quarterback. But I'm just saying you don't got to lose on purpose to get a quarterback.
I just don't think it's full panic mode right now. I think there's some people out there that are like, they need to go get a quarterback right now. I'm like, not literally right now. I mean, I know we need one, but I'm like, it wouldn't be the worst decision to go with Will Howard. We ain't seen how he play. We ain't even give him a chance.
And that's what my boy Big G saying. Shout out to Big G for his take. He said he rolled with Will Howard. At least you know what you got, and if he ain't good enough, you're gonna be bad. You're gonna get that pick you've been asking for when we go 4-13.
Right.
So that's what. So we could be in the future. Great one says Tate. We don't need to tank number 1 overall. Top 10 will be fine. Okay, but to be in the top 10, you probably you
still gonna be boo boo.
Yeah, you losing more games than you won.
You still on the 500.
Right, exactly. I mean, I do think we need to get younger in some places. So I think this draft, you go ahead, you don't worry about the quarterback this year unless it's like a 5th round pick. You see somebody you want to bring in to compete with Will Howard and maybe a veteran. So my top option for quarterback, Devin, is I like Malik Willis. Give him to me. He earned his money in Green. Give him 2 years.
Green Bay.
Yeah, 2 years, $40 million.
Solid. I like him only because I feel like we're in an era of dual QBs, and if you can't run
we've
and pass,
been there.
right? You can't run and pass. You get left behind, and
That part. Say it again.
you better learn how to run and pass. That's where we at.
If you can't run it past, you left behind. I'm gonna clip that. That's gonna be our thing going forward. Because hey, 4 or 5 years ago, I was on big time. Take Jalen Hurts, but no, we took Chase Claypool. Where Chase Claypool at now? Even that draft we took. Who did we take? Was it the DB that was real bad? We took in the first round.
I don't remember.
Because the Bengals took the Jackson dude. He gone. He in Seattle now, but he been gone for a minute. But Lamar Jackson was at pick 30. I mean, for a while, I thought the Steelers, and Big Ben was still playing in. The part of that too, Big Ben helped Kevin Colbert do that. Steelers didn't draft. Big Ben was mad they took Mason Rudolph. So I think Ben kind of culpable in the quarterback situation too. But don't forget about Cordell Goodwin picking. Yeah, Cordell was a dog though. And Cordell would be making big money right now. In today's game, like she said, like Devin said, if you can't run and pass, you left behind. Cordell will be out in front right now.
You got to be able to do a read option or something. I think that's just going to open the playbook for you. I feel like that's what you got to do.
Daniel, hey, Devin, I don't know if you remember this, like 2023. So now, I'm not saying Daniel, but he's saying Mason is trash. 2023, when he came for Kenny Pickett and won 3 games in a row, Mason Rudolph took him to the playoffs. Everybody's like, bring Mason back. Let him be the starter.
Yeah, they were talking about Rudolph,
Steeler fans is all over the place all the time.
Yeah.
2023, y'all was saying, bring Mason back. Let him be the starter. Now pull up a comment to say Mason is trash, though.
I just don't think he's trash. He just don't fit the criteria where we in right now, which is a dual QB.
There you go.
And he not running for real.
I like that. I love that take. I love that take. So we talked about the need for a wide receiver. I think wide receiver is the biggest need. I do agree with you with corner. Let me ask you this: as far as the offensive line, you think the left tackle Cook showed you enough that he should get a chance to compete for the starting job going into next season?
Definitely should be given a chance. The way he held down like the last end of it, I feel like he's proven that he can like actually hang, but can he like develop a little bit more and like sustain a starting job? I mean, we shall see. We shall see
in the offseason.
Yeah. Right.
He kind of discount off. Earn $1.2 million this year, which is cheap for a starting left tackle. Cheap.
Right. And if you can save money and still be productive, that's what I do.
So let me see. You talking about saving money? Would you trade TJ Watt?
Oh, if
it's time for Tom to go, is it time for TJ to go?
The only thing with trading TJ, so I feel like the Steelers organization won't trade TJ because I feel like they just see him as a Pittsburgh Steeler for life.
A one helmet guy.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to let that go. I think they want to have him retire as a Steeler. I mean, but at the same time, if TJ were to, want to go somewhere else, I think they would grant him that. And I feel they could definitely get some picks that would help us in the future, because that's what we need right now. We need to help build our future. So I feel like they could, get some picks for sure for his value. I mean, obviously he's old, but he can still play. He's not making, defense play of the year plays, but he can still play.
Right.
He's still gonna attract attention on that side, no matter what.
But he not Myles Garrett, Michael Parsons play level no more though.
Yeah, but I think
and he getting a bag though.
Yeah, that's the sucky part, is that he's getting paid money.
That's the sucky part.
Yeah, but it's I don't know if it's because you can kind of see it as you earn that money, give it to him in a sense of you did your dirty work early in the career, that we paying you now type thing. Even though we want production still, but it's I don't know. I think I'm just trying to look at it as an office standpoint, and it's I don't know. They love the man.
You know, hey, I'm a TJ fan too, and I mean,
But at the same time,
know,
you got to look at the future, and it's like, is he going to be helping your future
right.
because he's old? And I know that you're looking to work towards the future, and you could get future picks. So I can see why we would trade him, but it would be heartbreaking.
So look at it like this: TJ making quarterback money, right? You got it. Alex Highsmith getting $20 million. TJ getting 42. Nick Herbig due up. I mean, I trade TJ to extend Nick Herbig, and if I extend Nick Herbig for $15 million, I'm still saving $27 million off what TJ getting. I mean, and I love TJ. I love Troy. They forced him to retire. You know what I mean? I like Najee a lot. They got rid of Najee. Sometimes your favorite players got to go. My favorite all-time Steeler is Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson had to go. I mean, there's like, nah. You know what I mean? So
I just don't think the people at the office, I don't think they gonna make that move. And if they do, then if they make that move, then I'll be like, okay, things are really changing here in Pittsburgh.
Things are really changing. Right.
If that happens, I'm like, oh shoot, okay, they want to we make some changes everywhere. Like I would be all for it because I'm like, okay, I'm willing to be open-minded about it all because I feel like that's how you have to enter the season as a fan. It's just being open-minded that anything could happen for real.
And that's part of getting younger. TJ, I believe, is going to be 32 next season. Turn it next season. Alex Highsmith is going to turn 29. Nick Herbig is 24. Nick Herbig is a beast. Not that he's better than TJ.
He's proved that he can hang there.
Upward trajectory where TJ is on the downhill. You know what I mean? Not that TJ 10, 11 sacks next year. You know what I mean? But Myles Garrett, TJ just passed, he had to pass. Myles Garrett just got 24 sacks.
No, yeah. And that's why I say, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing to trade TJ, too, because it's not like we'd be drowning in that position. You got Herbig, and you even got Sawyer. He's young. You just drafted him. He made some good plays this year, too. So, I mean, we're kind of heavy at that position to where it wouldn't be the worst thing to trade him.
I'm with you, Craig. Tate, I love team more than individual players. If it helps the team, then trade players to get that chip. Yeah, so you know that part. You got to go. I mean, So I definitely agree with you, Craig. Daniel's with Craig. Man, everybody with you, Craig. Boy.
Craig. Yeah, because I just think that fans are at a point where they just want to win. So whatever that looks like, and not saying that we can't win without TJ, but it's like we need to help build our team like as a whole, and maybe that big old contract that TJ got can help us get some more better players and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, I agree. I like to see the defense get young. I like the young offensive line. I wouldn't mind seeing Cook battle for the start left tackle. I wouldn't mind seeing go to offseason. Broderick Jones got one more year, extend him for his 5th-year option, which I don't think they won't do. They haven't done. So next year is his 4th year. In the 5th year, he gonna go because you ain't keep his option or he gonna stay. But I think I'll play this up into a contract. If I'm the Steelers next year, I see what he look like at guard. Retire, just see what he look like at guard. Go young. I mean, because this is a see what you got season, right?
Yeah. Prove your worth.
Excuse me. That's why you look at Will Howard. To me, that's why you don't bring back and I like him, played great, team MVP. You don't bring back Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah, you go ahead and see what Caleb wants. Let me see what that look like. Yeah. Because you know what? Gainwell played himself into a new contract, which means more money.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you planned on signing him, you should have signed it earlier in the season before that price kept going up.
Right. I think the fact that you let $5 million.
Yeah, the fact that you let him just not
extend
him. Yeah, and that means you had no intentions of signing him because you knew his value was going up as he was playing and producing.
As he was playing. Yet always say, from knowing a little bit about the drug game a long time ago. Yesterday, today's prices ain't tomorrow's prices. You know what I mean? So yeah, Kenneth Gainwell is about to get paid probably $8 million a year, which is more than Jaylen Warren. You got a 3rd-round rookie that we believe is good. We believe should have higher usage. See what that looks like. You already said, see what Roman Wilson looked like. Now, I don't think Roman Wilson's a 2. I think he's a 1. I believe you let Calvin Austin go and you put Roman Wilson at the slot and you draft you another number 2 receiver.
Like that.
Then you got DK, new receiver, Roman Wilson. I like that. You got Friday, you got Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith. Bye-bye. We'll holler at you.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith, he gotta go. It's just stupid because the way that we traded for him, you thought that he was gonna be used more. That's my whole thing about like doing some of the trades. It was like you traded for Jonnu, but you didn't even really use him. He was trash in our system, so it was like a waste. You could have got picked instead or something.
That's the thing about it. In our system, it was Arthur Smith's system.
Right.
Jonnu Smith was Arthur Smith's guy. Jonnu Smith played for Arthur Smith in Tennessee when Tennessee was good. So that was Arthur Smith's bring. Arthur Smith didn't use his own dude that he brought. Now everybody about to go.
Yeah, and that's why he was over here playing running back sometimes. I'm like, bro, we got running backs. Why are we putting him back there in the backfield? Like, I know he ended up scoring like a touchdown, like being in the backfield. But I'm just like, why? Why? Just to get fancy and cute? Like, I just don't get it. No.
Shout out to the homie Black Magic that Jonnu a dog. He might be better than the system. I like Jonnu. I was excited about the potential of Jonnu and Pat Fryer. Excited. You know what I mean? But as the season went on, Jonnu dropped some passes. Aaron Rodgers missed a couple open passes to him over the.
They just weren't on the same page all the time.
They weren't on the same. I think that's part of it. But Jonnu 30 now. Darnell Washington 24.
Yeah, I think we've definitely building around John.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
so I'm sorry. Darnell. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jonnu, but tip of the cap to you. Ain't that what they do?
Give him the boot.
Yeah, because he $12 million salary. They can cut him. And he only $2 million against the cap. So you cut him, you save $10 million. So John, I bid you adieu. That's me, right?
Yeah, I think Darnell has become a fan favorite.
Daniel said, "I like you."
What the? Is that Jonnu?
Yeah, that got to be Jonnu because he came from the Dolphins. I'm guessing. We ain't called it fish juice, are we?
No.
Let me know.
I wish you would use. I just wish you would use some of our guys just better. We had the weapons. It's kind of crazy.
We did, but we really been missing a wide receiver since GP was here.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since Deontay Johnson got out of town, not blocking, they got his ass up out of here. GP was number 1 with no true number 2.
Yeah.
We picked up Van Jefferson. You know what I mean? Then you go I think that was more product of Aaron Rodgers. I ain't mad at him because Aaron Rodgers got no time to waste. He
was trying to get people around him that he knew that could try to help.
Yeah, he didn't have time to wait on Roman to get on the same page as me. Go ahead, get me MPS in here. Oh, I know Thielen, he a veteran. Get him in here. We see what we do. But now I do think Roman Wilson gets a real opportunity. Can they renegotiate?
As long as he's not jumping over people and fumbling.
Yeah, and DK got some skill in here like y'all be talking about too sometimes. But I think in an ideal offense, DK is used more on slants and crossing routes and stuff like that, where you can get a lot of yak yards after catch. And the new receiver you get can be your deep threat, your route runner, that guy. And you got Roman Wilson in the middle and in the slot that can be really good too. So
I agree. And that's another thing. I don't think that we use DK to his fullest potential at all. Like, it was just like we used them sometimes to just bail out plays. Oh, let's just go deep, DK. We'll just throw the ball to you deep.
Right.
No, why are we like it just every time most of his passes came off deep balls. Why does he only gotta be deep ball guy? When you could just, like you said, slants, drag routes, like something like quick and easy to let him like run after catch. But we barely even let him do that.
That part.
That's the fact. Jack.
But like you said, he didn't have no jump ball, so it was like, okay, well, DK, you're gonna be our jump ball guy.
Yeah, that factor for you, and this one for Craig in his
That's
chat.
The fact, Jack.
Yeah, so
I like that. I like it.
Roman and Pat will go up. It should. Matter of fact, it's coming out of Pittsburgh in his virtual interview. Scheelhaase, the pass game coordinator, excuse me, for the Rams, who's up for the job potentially. And we'll get to talk to him and Shula next week, regardless of what happens with the Rams game, because it's Also, they can come actually for in-person interviews as of next Monday, whether they win or lose. So I think they want to talk to both those guys. But Scheelhaase said in his interview that one thing he would want to do is get the tight ends more involved. I like the sound of that. You get the tight ends, that means throwing more in the middle of the field.
Yep. And I mean, we're gonna get Darnell back. We got Pat. Like Johnny was gonna kick rocks, but them two right there. That's. I mean, if we can play off them, I'd be set.
And Connor Hayward might be going. I mean, he's turned into a fan favorite. But if Cam retires, I don't think there's no loyalty to Hayward because he's a tweener, right? He's listed as a tight end, plays some fullback, and I think he's a good football player, good special teamer.
Special teams, yeah.
I think it looked different. He could be gone. He's a free agent.
Yeah, I don't know if we bring him back.
Yeah, Gainwell gone, MVS gone, Thielen gone. I think Calvin Austin could be gone. Roman Wilson's a pick. He's going to be here. I think Skoranek stays because he's a special team ace. So that's the why I think you might need 2 wide receivers in the draft.
Yeah, you might. Or unless you go get one in free agency.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. Any other thoughts or things you got on your mind you want to mention before you ready to get out of here in about the next 5 or 10 minutes?
I think my last thought would be something I would not like, and it would be because I've seen this a couple times and I'm just like, oh no, I feel like we'd just be right in the same old mud pile. Is if we sign McCarthy and they bring back Rodgers, we in the same boat, y'all.
Yeah, and thanks for the super chat. M89412.
Oh, see, McCarthy.
M898412. 412. I'm guessing you must be in Pittsburgh. McCarthy from Pittsburgh. You just root for your boy, man. If they get McCarthy, man, we wasting time. Why get rid of Tomlin?
Right.
Aaron Rodgers would have came back for Tomlin too.
Right, exactly.
McCarthy.
They say McCarthy from Pittsburgh.
He won one playoff game. Yeah, I think it's just a professional courtesy because he's from Pittsburgh. I think they want to pick his brain inside the interview room.
But it would make no sense.
Yeah, it would make no sense.
The way that we hire, and we've hired younger guys, and just I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a step back, and I wouldn't want to see that, honestly. I don't.
No, I certainly agree with that. That's the biggest one I'm against. That's the biggest coaching. Yeah. I'd rather brought Kevin Stefanski to this piece.
Oh no, don't bring him over here.
I'm saying over McCarthy, I'd rather have seen Kevin Stefanski.
I don't think I would want to see. I don't want to see him. I think I'd actually take McCarthy. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Over. I've seen enough of him at the Browns. Trust me. I don't know.
That's the key word. What's the last part you just said? At the Browns. You just said at the Browns.
And if he turned that mess, if he can't turn around that mess, what makes you think he's gonna turn around this mess over here?
But it's the Browns front office. Why the Browns? But he won Coach of the Year 2 times with Cleveland.
I don't know.
I think he's a good X's no guy. I think he'll do good down there in Atlanta with what they got. You know what I mean? I didn't say I want him. I said only over McCarthy.
No, yeah, I did. I heard that. Yeah.
You know,
I
McCarthy. yeah, I'm with you there. But if you held a pistol and I had to pick, I'm saying give me Stefanski. Over them two. But yeah, so I think we agree on a lot of things. I loved having your perspective. I thought it was it was a breath of fresh air to hear what you had to say and what you think. Hopefully we can do this again. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. But tell us how we can find you, where we can find you, and just a last question to you before you finish up. How did you become a Steeler fan? When did you become a Steeler? Because you live in California, right? You always live in California?
Yeah.
So how did you become a Steeler fan?
Actually, fun fact, my whole family is all Cowboys fans. And so me and my little brother, we are literally the oddballs. And I actually became a Steeler fan.
I'd say the rest of your family are the oddballs, but go ahead.
I became a Steeler fan because Troy Polamalu. I actually played football for 7 years, Pop Warner. I was the only girl. I had long hair, and I really just loved watching Troy Polamalu. I was like him for like Halloween 2 years in a row, just because I loved him so much, and I had long curly hair too. And
Right.
so yeah, I love Troy Polamalu. I loved,
So
just fell in love with Pittsburgh, and then that's what it was.
So I'll take a shot and guess that Troy Polamalu is your all-time favorite Steeler.
Yep.
Okay.
You made me fall in love with the game for sure. Oh my gosh, for sure. And
okay.
ever since that, I've actually went to Pittsburgh twice. I went to a game once. Last time I went to Pittsburgh was last March for my Division II basketball tournament. But like I felt like I was at home being there. Like all my teammates were like, Devin, we in Pittsburgh, and we got to go to a couple Pittsburgh Steelers stores and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, this is home right here, y'all. Y'all don't even know. But everybody knows, like, if you know me like in person, you know that like football is like one of my favorite sports, if not the favorite. Yeah. Like if I
and you were a hooper.
I was, yeah. Like, but that's the thing. Like, I love playing football. I did not want to stop. I stopped playing football to focus on basketball, knowing that, that was going to take me places in college and, pay for it all and all that stuff. But like, I love football. And like the fact that they're coming out with more like flag football stuff, I'm like, that could have been me. like y'all could have come out with all this stuff sooner. But like, I had a ball when I was like younger playing like Pop Warner with the boys, and they never looked at me no differently, probably because I was like good, not to like be cocky or nothing. I was good.
You a dog, tell you a dog, Dad.
I played on both sides. I played wide receiver and corner. So I mean, I like they respected me out there, and I still actually keep in touch with some of like my old teammates and stuff like that. But it is like one of like the highlights of my life was like going out playing football for years and actually like competing, because like they wanted me to go out there and play high school, and it was like a debate with like my basketball coach, the high school football coach, like she got to come out here and play, and then it was like no, like she can't like affect her like basketball career and things like that. But that was definitely one of my biggest regrets in life, was not playing at least 1 or 2 years in high school, because I mean I could have definitely hanged. I know I could have for sure.
I love to hear your story about the game.
Thank you.
So this is Claude not being diabolical. Great show, you two.
Thank you.
Daniel said facts. Steel Kirk 68 said welcome, Devin. I guess second the emotion from Dan about Troy Polamalu. I would guess I'm a little late pulling up the comment. Shout out to you, Pittsburgh loves you.
Oh, thanks.
Pittsburgh loving you already. But yeah, man. So everybody in the live chat, let us know. Do y'all want to see Devin back with us? Hit it with a yes. You better not put a no up. You diabolical.
I hope so, because I want to be back for sure.
Oh no, hey, they don't control this. You back? They don't control this. But no, okay, we Black Magic, we got a hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Black Magic, hell yeah.
Great show. Yeah, you got to come back. Okay. Thanks, everybody that's tapped in real quick. We can go ahead and get out of here. But tell us how to find you, Devin. And are you simulcast? You streaming this on your podcast too?
No, so I'm like trying to convert over to YouTube. Actually, my main like streaming and like social media is TikTok. So I kind of like got a little big on that, like 9,000 followers, just going on the TikTok live, be playing Madden and just talking to a lot of people that come through. We just talk about a lot of different things.
That's why your YouTube channel stuff slowed down.
Yeah, I mean, no, not necessarily. I just wasn't really consistently like doing it as much as I should have. It was on me, definitely. But I was like going back and forth from like home, because I do live out in LA, but all my family is in Northern California. So I was like going back and forth on the weekends. And so I felt like doing shows late was just like, I don't know, defeating my purpose in a sense, but I shouldn't have never thought like that. So there was definitely some times like I wouldn't do a like weekly show, and I feel like that I don't know, just kind of like messed with me in a sense. But I wasn't like consistent as I wanted to this season. And I definitely want to like coming into this next season and like knowing how this season went and like that actually like people enjoy like listening to me and like, you know, like my takes. So I'm like, all right, well, I gotta lock in for real and be more consistent, not for only like myself, but you know, for my people. So
hopefully you can commit to some consistency with us. We love to have you back.
Definitely.
And we can try it again, whatever day works for you. Like the time difference is a thing. I know this Wednesday you said work for you. So whatever day works for you, let me know, because we late enough that, I mean, coming on at 9:30, which is 6:30 your time, right? It's late enough that Steeler fans are still up out here on the East Coast.
All right.
East Coast people, just regular time for them. But, you know, we love to have you, love your perspective, love your takes, and love your energy, man. Big energy Dev in the building.
Thanks.
Before we get out of here, let's hear it for one more time. Devon Lewis, we
Thank
certainly
you guys.
join
That's
us.
the fact, Jack.
And lastly, before we go, I want y'all to remember this, because it might be a while.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Paul might not be talking about it.
Hey,
we might not be talking about it.
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon to put it out there. I think the Steelers got a good opportunity, right? Depending who the coach is, then they bring some good pieces back and they get younger. They could be a team of surprise. I mean,
just be open-minded. Just be
look
open-minded.
at the Patriots surprised, the Bears surprised, but you know what?
All right.
They got a quarterback though.
we got things to work on.
That part. You know what I mean? We ain't get a great coach. We don't get no quarterback play though.
Oh man.
We're gonna be right back at the crib on the couch. We ain't gonna get that wild card weekend enjoyment.
Oh.
But yeah, with that being said, Dev, hopefully you commit to coming back. Matter of fact, let me put you on the spot. You gonna come back?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all again sometime, hopefully next week. Dev will be back. We'll figure out when that is. I'll let you guys know. Tap in tomorrow night. We got the homies at 8:00. B Dirt and Pay. You know, we talk AFC North. We'll talk breakdown the conference championship games, make our picks, and get into still the coaching openings in the AFC North, because it's still 3 openings in the AFC North. So we'll talk about that. Sunday is the regular KnoItAllz, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk about the conference championship games will be going on. The first one will probably be ending and going into the second one. So we'll talk about one and preview the other, and we'll go from there. So shout out to everybody. Thanks for tapping in on the new Steelers night shift with Devon and Tate. And we out. Peace.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here